This video will wow you. The world's wealthiest corporation BlackRock is driving up the price of XRP Ripple. Yes, you heard correctly. Jokes are over. Behind the scenes, serious things are taking place. Naturally, BlackRock is aware that XRP Ripple is going to revolutionize the globe. In just a few hours, the price of XRP Ripple coin might skyrocket to $1,452, according to cryptocurrency analysts. Quite awesome, isn't it? Let's solve the problem. Let's get started without further delay. Disclaimer: with increasing rumors that big financial firms like BlackRock and Fidelity are considering XRP for an exchange-traded fund ETF, the momentum behind the cryptocurrency is intensifying to unprecedented levels. According to several analysts, XRP is next in line, even though BlackRock has openly said that its present concentration is on Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. There have been a lot of rumors on social media that BlackRock is turning its attention to XRP. Recently, Crypto Sensei stated that BlackRock was purchasing XRP in bulk. Ito Farina, meantime, fanned the flames by claiming that there are whispers that BlackRock plans to spend $9 trillion in XRP. The rationale behind the number is obvious. Even though it appears inflated, it might be revolutionary if the biggest asset manager in the world joins forces with XRP. Zive tweeted, BlackRock CEO explains why XRP will dominate global finance, echoing this sentiment. Although none of these claims have been officially confirmed, they align with a larger trend in the financial world, Crypto Geek said, adding credence to the rumors. Institutions are starting to see the potential of XRP. However, why would an XRP ETF be so popular? Let's take a quick look at why an XRP ETF would be revolutionary. An ETF is a type of financial vehicle that, like stocks, enables investors to purchase and sell assets using conventional brokerage accounts. Institutional and ordinary investors may just buy shares of an XRP ETF rather than directly purchasing XRP and worrying about private keys, security, and storage. This greatly facilitates exposure to XRP for mainstream investors, including as banks, hedge funds, and pension funds. Billions of dollars of institutional capital may enter the market if BlackRock, Fidelity, or another significant issuer introduced an XRP ETF, which could increase demand and price. According to a recent post on X by Nate Gerasi, president of the ETF store, the approval of the XRP ETF is just a matter of time. He underlined that XRP is a desirable option for significant asset managers because it is the third largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. A company that manages $1.5 trillion in funds, Franklin Templeton, has already joined the XRP ETF competition, and the door is open for the largest players in traditional finance to participate, as XRP's market capitalization surpasses $144 billion. Uncertainty in regulations was one of the main barriers to an XRP ETF. However, a major obstacle has been eliminated as a result of Ripple's recent court victory over the SEC. The lawsuit that has plagued XRP for years has essentially been resolved after Ripple was able to lower its penalties from the $125 million that was initially recommended to $50 million. Institutional use is becoming more likely since regulatory worries are now subsiding. Although Jay Jacobs, head of ETFs at BlackRock, has dismissed the prospect of an XRP ETF in the near future. According to a number of experts, businesses like BlackRock will eventually join the market. The XRP community is still quite hopeful, with many people believing that an ETF is inevitable. Bitcoin Barbie just tweeted, Elon Musk's Doge appears to be on its way to the SEC. No more misuse, waste, or fraud. The last nail in the coffin will be this. Despite being aimed at Doge, her tweet reflects a larger change, greater responsibility and openness in the cryptocurrency industry. XRP's position in international finance can only grow if it can continue to attract institutional interest and preserve regulatory clarity. And it gets even better because there may be a huge breakout in XRP's price imminent. Don't simply believe me either. Industry insiders and cryptocurrency analysts are making audacious forecasts that have the potential to completely alter the landscape. Wait until you hear what's coming next if you believe you've already seen an XRP pump. You don't want to miss this, I promise. As a result, XRP is once again at the focus of controversial price forecasts, with both traders and analysts asserting that the coin is about to experience an unparalleled surge. From $10,000 per XRP, as stated by Jack the Rippler, to $60,000 per XRP, according to an article posted by XRP Blackrock, which says Forbes made this prediction. Bold predictions are abounding in the cryptocurrency field. According to XRP Dragon, even Wall Street insiders are targeting the digital asset around $8,033. Steph, who recently shared a chart displaying a traditional bull flag pattern on the market movement of XRP, offers one of the most thorough assessments. A bull flag is a structure that shows an asset is consolidating, following a significant spike, before continuing its ascent. For people who are not familiar with technical analysis, this pattern indicates that XRP may be approaching $1,452, according to Steph, a pricing point at which its current levels would have increased by an astounding 72,500%. Steph's study highlights the historical trajectory of XRP, especially its explosive ascent in 2017, when it reached an all-time high of around $4. Since then, XRP has been trading in a downward-sloping pattern throughout a multi-year consolidation phase. However, Steph contends that the breakout has already started, driven by growing institutional interest in XRP's regulatory clarity after Ripple's SEC triumph. With tweets like "XRP will explode," and "XRP is insanely bullish right now," EtherWiz is generating a lot of excitement about XRP's price potential. Levi's next big moves will further heighten the excitement. Aminix cryptically cautions that time is running out and that you should leave the matrix XRP. However, the most important question still stands: is this feasible? For the price to rise to $1,452, or even to the most extreme projections of $10,000 or $60,000, XRP's market capitalization would need to skyrocket. While some critics contend that such an assessment is impossible, others think the market cap argument is faulty. Utility is XRP's main benefit. There is no denying the buzz around XRP. The components for a significant move are all present, whether it's the bull flag breakthrough, the predicted 72,500% price rally, or the possible Blackrock accumulation. The approval of an ETF and a genuine adoption of XRP by institutional players could lead to price levels that are unthinkable for the majority of modern traders. Naturally, we also cannot overlook Ripple's increasing power in the banking sector. This might lead the price of XRP to soar. Doesn't that sound unbelievable? In the background, however, Ripple is establishing alliances, obtaining regulatory clarification, and establishing itself as the foundation of international finance. We may have never seen a more positive indication than this one. Therefore, there is rising anticipation that XRP is about to experience a historic price increase due to the increasing acceptance of Ripple by large financial institutions. More than 100 institutions have signed contracts to use XRP for transactions, according to a recent confirmation from Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, a move that would directly threaten SWIFT's hegemony in international payments. Famous financial guru Jake Claver has added fuel to the fire by claiming that big institutions are actively experimenting with XRP for real-time payments. According to him, this acceptance will cause a surge of capital to enter the XRP ledger, possibly transferring $500 billion worth of assets. Claver claims that those who questioned XRP's place in institutional finance are now living through a real-time revolution. Because of its practical use, XRP has the potential to skyrocket in value. XRP is actively resolving issues in the financial industry, in contrast to the majority